And the next one on my nifty little list has been a long time coming too. All of yours have. And I know I have advertised that I might also show Arahuva's abode tonight. But I think this might be super, super late for some of you and for me too. Thus, I think I shall show you one more house, one more magnificent, fabulous, wonderful abode, and ensure that all of you have relaxed and found a way to unwind and calm and breathe deeply. In particular with this one now, because I'm going to show you an old Mistveil Manor. That is a Hammam, a bathhouse in Riften that is designed elegantly and fabulously by our dear, wonderful Loup, everyone. Oh, I love this house. I love this house so much. I mean, there are so many wonderful birds by Loup that I just can't get enough of. This one is no different. And I shall take us there. A bathhouse, everyone. It is very true. Many abodes or many places around Tamriel don't have nice bathhouses. And some of you guys have taken the opportunity to tend to that particular need. And the old Mistveil Manor is in particular glorious and fabulous. Look how close, how very, very close Loup has built towards the entree. Yes, precisely. Oh, wait. Am I slow now? Okay. For a moment, that was a bit too fast. Look, everyone, look. Okay, you guys absolutely need to come to this one. You have to. You just absolutely have to. So, yes, oh wow is precisely the words. And I think it's very difficult to find other words to describe this because, as some of you know, yes, I've seen this one too, Digor. But as you know, or some of you might know, Loop likes to start houses from the top. So starting with the ceiling, starting with the domes in this particular part or in this particular house, and making their way, maneuvering down from there, which is an interesting way of designing, the other way around, if you will. Sometimes you guys build from the ground up, like a tree would grow from the ground up. But here, Loop has turned it the other way and designs from the top down and ensconcing us, embracing us in gloriousness and beauty and warmth and absolutely glorious. Yes, the entree already tells you so much. And utilizing again these fabulous, wonderful red guard windows, they are a must, of course, and the lighting here gently illuminating from below and just a little bit from the top. And the color palette here is so divine and beautiful. They are so great and so versatile. I mean, you can play around with them so much. Look, everyone, look, look. Oh, this is Loop. I will never tire of this, of the amazing glory with which you design, how you approach designing your own path. Each of you has their own path, of course, but um, to me, it is so interesting and miraculous to see how elegant you can build around in such a wonderful place. And I should note that this house is not very large. I mean, you do have a 600 slots, or you do have 600 slots here available, but we are not inside the house. I mean, we kind of are, but we are not inside the house because it feels like we have entered and come to an entirely wholly different place. And of course, this is by design. And playing around with the structure here and creating this elegant, soft dome and creating, yes, Tanafai, and I think you should come and visit because you would fall in love even more when you're here. But creating a rounded shape using rectangular or shapes that aren't round and creating a domed ceiling um, in this particular way, utilizing particular angles. You are so excited to go and visit. I can tell. And seeing a little bit of certain um, furnishing here that adorns certain door frames into hallways. And I can't, okay, I can't stop telling you guys about the lighting here. Just teasing out the structures also, and not just the structures, but also the feel, the tiled floor, this amazing tiled floor that really, really stands out in the lighting, that really comes to a fore. And the wonderful fountain here, superbly highlighted and elegantly set into a perfect, elegant mode, letting you guys know where you are. Oh, yes, Sandathai, and as you should, as all of you should really. Look at the lighting here. Look, look. Isn't it fabulous? This gorgeous, subtle, soft, and elegant lighting that really, really teases out these fabulous contours, the intricacies that the furnishings already bring, but the layering and elegance, you know, the eye that Loup has for what a typical hammam would maybe look like in the setting. What a treat. Yes, it is a treat, isn't it? I must agree with you there. Thunderfire, it is a treat. This entire bird is a treat. And, you know, transforming the place, creating a true hammam, fabulous, magnificent bathhouse that is so superbly highlighting the features and situated in a place that is so not looking like this. Huge, huge transformation. So very intricate use here for the furnishings. And if you've been enamored with this dome and this entree, just you wait. Just you wait. And the framing here, the elegant framing, playing with shadow and light and color, staying within a beautiful color palette, of course, and elevating this manor, this beautiful manor house. Soft and gentle flickers, creating just the right atmosphere, using fabulous windows. And Fargrave doesn't hurt at all. And this is why, Thunderthigh, we come here. This is why we enjoy showcases. This is why I like to snail through your houses. This is why we must, behold what everybody else does, what everybody else creates, because then we see different perspectives. And here too, we've seen these wonderful cabinets. And here, of course, they make also a lot of sense because we are in desperate need for a couple of changing rooms, right? If you come to a hammam, you kind of want to change and disrobe from your everyday clothes and store mayhaps a couple of yours and slip into something more cozy and comfortable. And of course, Loup signing the abode. You do see the little glorious wolf there. A little signature that you see in every single Loup build. So we know for true this indeed is a build by our lovely, wonderful Loup. Ooh, tea very hot still. Hmm. Hmm. Really, really amazing. So smooth, so clean, so beautiful. Amazing, amazing lighting here. Gorgeous transformation. It's such a beautiful place. I I I know I have said this already, but I can't stop it. Um, just the shadow and light, the elegant, dramatic lighting here, the beautiful ideas that Loop has had and utilized to transform this place. Few little wonderful fountains here, elegantly illuminated. Wonderful, wonderful towels here. Of course, you shall need all the towels in a hammam. Yes. And I mean, technically, in a colder climate, you would find a hammam or a sauna inadvertently, or it seems to me inadvertently, because um, you, particularly just because there's a lot of cold around you, you kind of need to steel yourself, right? So a sauna is something you would see in Finland or Norway and all of Scandinavia. You, for instance, see this in all over Russia. You see saunas and bathhouses are a very important part of culture in China and in Japan as well. So you need to warm up, and also you need to um, clear sinuses, right? Or tend to your respiratory organs. And a sauna is a really good place to do that. Not only that, but Heat and cold exposure are, by the way, scientifically proven. There have been a couple of studies, I've been told. They tie in clearly with longevity, because the stress that you introduce to your body by heat or cold exposure allows your body to respond much better to stress, and it sets off endorphins in a very interesting ways, and has also an interesting effect on hormones in the body. So it definitely suggest everybody look into heat and cold exposure. And I know for some that is not something that you can entertain, because of, if you have a condition, like a heart disease or something, you need to talk to your physician. I mean, cold and hot both is good for just that, Thunderthigh, because the effects that both have on your body directly tie into hormonal responses of the body. Just quite interesting. So yeah, if you're interested, wonderful, lovely Lil has sent me a wonderful video. I'm happily sharing with you later on in a DM. So look forward to that. And also, thank you so much for the follow, Devil Dog White. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you enjoy the stay with us. So yeah, so technically, the old Mistveil Manor, where we are currently, actually, yeah, we should say we are in a hammam, is ideally located for what it is. Oh, and thank you so much for the follow there, Trouble T Go. Oh, Trouble TGP. Okay, Trouble TGP. That is really hilarious. Troubled GDP. Okay, I'm giggling a little bit. But Trouble to Go is also interesting. Apparently I can't read anymore. But welcome, welcome. So yeah, as I was saying, a sauna or a hammam would be ideally located in a colder climate, and also in a hot climate, or climate that experiences seasons, because the body can really benefit from the heat exposure. And usually with a sauna you have both, because after you have been in the sauna, you usually kind of shock your body with cold water, or you even submerge into ice water. So it's these two extremes often come hand in hand, and you can observe them in colder climate for exactly the reasons that we've just explored. Health benefits. I have been exposed, or have been accustomed to saunas from an early age on, because part of the culture. Yeah. So yeah, I love them. It's fabulous, particularly if there's wonderful, pourings of very different concoctions and infusions. Oh, it's so delightful. But of course, not everybody's cup of tea. You would be happy to test it out, like so, like Loup is suggesting here. I understand, very much so. Beautiful. I really love the lighting here, and how much care Loup has taken to transform the place and to tell us what is happening here, where we are, and each and every part of the build tells you of the utility, the usefulness. What do you need in a hammam? Oh, this is so glorious, Loup. I can never get enough of this. Just so superb and gorgeous. I really love the carpet choices too. This is, you know, the color palette, very elegant and gorgeous and beautiful. And look, stunning lighting. Really embracing and highlighting these glorious contrasts here, making all really stand out in such a glorious, fabulous way. Of course, Redguard screaming all around here. Makes so much sense. Look, everyone, look. Just these vistas, these enormous, wonderful, glorious places here. You can also smell the oils and fragrances. Yes, yes, Thunderthigh. It is quite superb. There's certain, there's a certain element to the hammam, right? So a hammam traditionally is more aligned to a steam bath. So temperature is not very high in comparison to a sauna. Like most saunas are at least 10 to 25 degrees warmer than a typical hammam, and less steamy. So the humidity in the air isn't as profound in a sauna, unless there's a pouring going on. Then the humidity rises, of course. But in a hammam, traditionally, the humidity is at a certain level, which contributes to your experience in them. And of course, many hammams offer particular oils. Yes, very Turkish bath. Exactly. Thunderthigh. Yes, yes. They often offer specific rubbings that each guest can get. And you can apply them to yourself. And while you sit in the steam bath, you can experience how your pores, how your skin rehydrates and exudes all the filth that you might have accumulated over an extended period, which I think is, it's not saying that you haven't washed, it's just saying that in the pores, you sometimes cling to certain environmental well environmental hazards. That makes sense. You kind of are exposed to that all the time if you're walking around outside, and a steam bath can really help with that. And there's a difference between a steam bath and a hammam. Like I said, in a steam bath, the humidity rises to about 100%. It's usually between 80 and 100%. It's never going to be that high in a hammam. Hammams usually don't have such high humidity. And the more humidity, the hotter it can feel, even if it's not very hot in the steam bath itself. So yes, and a sauna, technically much drier unless a pouring happens. So someone comes in and pours wonderful infusions onto the very hot stones. And then, of course, humidity rises in the room, and you have a chance to get rid of lots and lots of nasty, and clear your sinuses, as I was saying, and tend to your lungs and the respiratory system. And at the same time, you expose yourself to heat, which is good for your brain. Yes, toxins. Thank you so much. Apparently, I can't think of them anymore. Yeah, so really something that is super, super healthy and has been long established in many cultures. Hammams, of course, have their roots in Middle Eastern cultures and in Turkish areas, but you see baths like these appear in many different cultures too. And everybody knows about the Roman baths, and those essentially are similar to hammams. And sleep tight to you, Digor. Thank you so much for joining again tonight. Have a lovely, fabulous rest of the week. Little note to all of you, I will be back. I will be back soon, TM. You will know, you will be notified. I am fairly certain of it. Thank you so much again, Digor, for joining. Sleep tight, my darlings. Also, boop snoots, Digor. Make sure to boop snoots. Yes, I think so too, Sandathai. Loup has designed a really fabulous hammam here. A glorious, glowing example of a hammam that really, really tends to. You boop snoots, fabulous! I'm so glad to hear it, Igor. I really love hearing that. Look, everyone, look, isn't this fabulous? Just, yeah, I was just saying that the Romans, of course, had baths too, and there was a reason for it. You know, going to the baths was something very normal, something that many people did. It was also a way to talk politics, for instance, and talk about issues in the Senate. So it served a lot of purposes, social and hygienic, and of course, tending to the health. So yeah, a hammam. Look, everyone, look. Oh, Loop. Oh, I hear the kitty. Where is she? I heard her. I heard her meow. I heard her loud and clear. Yes, I know, Kitty. Where are you? Oh, yes, it gets better and better and better. Look, isn't this gorgeous? The lighting here, powerful, dreamy, absolutely stunning. Also highlighting architecture, which brings us back, of course, to Shemina and how Shemina highlights architecture and how dramatic and elegant this is. Look, everyone, look, look, look. Oh, can you see? Can you all see? I know, Kitty, I will be right with you, I promise. I have to show the ceiling though first. Can you hold on for me? Oh, isn't this absolutely stunning and gorgeous? Yes, just wow, wow, wow. Indeed, Vandathai. Hmm. So, so beautiful. You can imagine someone, you know, slipping into the bath here and also looked towards where we've come, and you see this certain atmosphere that Loup has captivated here, has really, really teased out and given us in all the glory. Can you see the soft, gentle mists? I hope you guys can see them. Every now and again, you see them. Isn't this fabulous? Isn't this gorgeous? Really creating this stunning atmosphere. Again, you can see someone meandering in, slipping in here, glancing up into the starry dome. It just takes you into dreams and maybe whisks you way into a place far, far away from the cold northern realms within which this place lies. And mayhaps a stillness embraces you, calms your mind softly. You are so blown away, as you should, as you should, Thunderthigh. And the architectural feat here in this house is the exactness with which Loup has worked every single corner, and staying so true and so elegant within one color palette, creating such fabulous, fabulous lighting here. The lights too, just I hope you can see just how elegant this is made. Display cases and candles and wonderful lanterns that are created and divined to become a unique, beautiful piece that gently illuminates the mistiness, the soft, gentle Hammam feel that you can behold here if you come and visit. And of course, there are little benches throughout, all nicely illuminated and cushioned for everyone to take a seat and calm your mind, exude all the toxins away, and also remember that toxins can also be viewed by certain people. You can choose not to take them. I love these little alcoves here, so elegantly designed. Oh, little spicy kitty, I can hear you. She's spicy because her snoot hasn't booped yet, has not been booped yet. Oh my, I'm so sorry, little kitty. I will be with you in a moment. I know I said this moments ago, but I shall be there, I promise. I love all the cushions around here too, and so many fabulous Redguard lamps. Yes, of course, but of course, I mean, in a hammam or any other steam bath, you'd have tiles everywhere. Also, the seating areas would be tiles because you can't, I mean, you can't really have a steam bath that is, wooden. because the wood just would transform every single time a steam bath would be going. So tiles it is. They look very comfy. And you know, if you have been to a steam bath, you would also know that they're actually not uncomfortable. It's quite comfortable sitting on those lovely tiles. Sometimes you even have a chance to lie on them because not many people are visiting, and if not many people are visiting, you have a chance to, you know, stretch, relax, unwind, more cushions here, calm down. Look, everybody can grab a cushion to relax in this gorgeous, wonderful place. I know, Kitty, I will be with you in a moment. I truly promise. Loop, I think she's a bit, you know, spicy with me that I've not rushed towards her. Oh, this is so wonderful. I really adore the soft and gentle, beautiful mists. Mm. Again, here, more comfort for all of you, because I'm sure all of you will come and visit. A couple of cushions here too. And when you bring all your friends, make sure you bring your Nordic bathing towels. To relax and unwind. And again, I adore these wonderful lanterns. Just really, really appreciate this. This is so intricate and beautiful. You have to visit, yes. You absolutely have to visit. Look, I've told you that if you meander through and you find, hello, a little snoot to boop. I think your snoot is going to be boop now, little one. Boop! And little butterfly did the boopening. Boop, little one. Oh, aren't you sweet? Oh, you're such a darling. I know. Boop. You're getting your snoot booped. Boop. Would you like some scritches behind the ears, little one? You're so, so sweet. I can never get over you, little one. Such big earsies. You have such big earsies. Are you going to grow into them? And what fabulous chairs. Look, everyone, look. I love those chairs. These are so, so stunning and amazing. Getting very jealous now. You know, Sanders, I think you will find a number of kobolds in here that are very clean and sleek and elegant. Oh, look at the kitty doing stretches. You are so smart. Stretches are very important. Look at you lying there, relaxing. You're such a sweetheart. You know, I could sit here and play with the kitty all night. Look, everyone, look. What to do with Sijic tables? What to do with amazing, glorious furnishings here? Can you see, all of you? And again, beautiful dome just above. I know, Kitty. Would you like more boobs on your snoot? Oh, and I hope you've also noticed the gentle change in color palette, but still staying so true to this wonderful, wonderful theme. Hammam, beautiful, subdued, elegant light. Just so, so stunning. Look, everyone, look. Starting from the top, the domes have been here first. Yes, reds and blues. And you will notice that the faucets here, the sinks have faucets and drains. And it is so inventive. It's so elegant how Loup designed them. Towels, and here a little bit of Deadlands. And I think I've talked to you guys many, many times about how you shall never ever underestimate Deadlands furnishings and other furnishing. You can see really how elegant the textures stand out, how glorious and beautifully Loup designed this, creating fabulous faucets and things all around to wash. Very clean, precisely very sleek, and precisely too, so precise that is, really magnificent. And you can see someone sitting here or lying here, relaxing, unwinding. And of course, washing and drying off and cleansing. And also massages are not uncommon in hammams either. I really, really love those carpets here. This is so beautiful. And yes, a soft change in color palette from warm, powerful reds into soft blues, subdued and gilded all around, and such beautiful. As I was saying, every single sink has a drain, a faucet, and a knob, and is beautifully illuminated. Gorgeous, gorgeous towels everywhere to ensure that all the customers, all the visitors who come here have enough towels and are tended to. Such great attention to detail all around. Really, every single sink, just beautiful. Staying so true and so in theme. It's really, really stunning. Oh, this is an interesting idea. So this is the hotel spa where Fantasai will stay when also visiting the tomb of Amunet. Actually, Amunet's tomb, not Toad's. We will want to keep our lovely Toads for a while, but of course, Toads designed Amunet's tomb, that is. Maybe there's a tome in there too, but it's a tomb indeed. Um, I just, I really can't get over how exact and strategic this place is and how elegant. And of course, when you have visited lovely, wonderful Toad's Amunet's tomb, you are in desperate need of a hammam. After all, the excavating business, I just really, Loup, I can't get over this. I know it is a detail, but, a small detail too, but I really appreciate it. Yes, all the dust. You must get rid of all the dust from the desert, that is everywhere. The sand, because of the sandstorms. that you have experienced when you went to visit and try to decipher and see the story that's been told in Amunet's tomb. Oh, this is so gorgeous, so beautiful. What gorgeous ideas for those wonderful, wonderful furnishings here too. Again, don't underestimate them. I'm just gonna highlight a little bit. See the grand, glorious Sijic table, but Eleanor, Eleanor, everyone playing around with contrasts, creating fabulous scenes here. Just so beautiful. The surprise, the little surprised hop that the little kitty does when she sees the little toy appear. She's so cute, Loup. I want to stay with you all night, little one, watching you getting your snoot booped. Boop, boop, little one. She's so cute. What a sweet little darling. And can you imagine this? Okay, I'm just telling you once more. This is a 600 slot house. And the architectural feats here, the structural integrity, also the huge and high amount of attention to detail that you see in every single corner. I'm just so thrilled and so smitten. Everywhere you look, and you see these stunning, magnificent vistas. And you behold even more. Here, look, everyone. Magnificent baths. And again, fabulous, fabulous lighting. And good evening to you there, Auntie Galatea. So wonderful to have you. So glad to hear from you. And you know, it's really my pleasure because you know, you spend so much time designing and creating such a fabulous place. It's always a pleasure for me, and also, you know, I feel very honored to see what you guys make and create. Just just really, really stunning and glorious and fabulous. So thank you so much for participating in these wonderful showcases. Keep participating, please. We need you all. Also, don't forget to sign up for contests as well if you feel comfortable, of course. That is your choice. Pirates, Thieves, and Treasures will soon loom around the corner. The deadline is December 8th. There was a squirrel, but it was in a tree. Oh my, I kept hearing it. That would freak you out. You know, contests sometimes can be a bit scary. I understand. It's not for everyone. And you don't have to feel, you know, compelled. Um, Sometimes people also need some words of encouragement to participate in those, but it can be a different animal in comparison to showcases, of course. And the showcases are always there. And as I told you all, this is a slow walk, not themed at all. And I'm happy to meander through any and all houses. So feel free if you would like me to slowly snail through. No, darling, you are not interrupting. It's all good. And I noted also that you have felt enamored with the lighting here. The light and shadow is truly superb and just so elegant and beautiful how Loup transformed this place. Just sandalwood. You're smelling sandalwood here. And it's my pleasure to bring it to all of your attention so you guys can see and behold and feel compelled to visit. And again, you guys are never interrupting. We are going to be here for a while. It's just so amazing. Yes, very Moroccan feel, of course. A hammam or traditional hammams can feel very Moroccan or Andalusian, if that makes sense. Or, people have said, Senathai just said Turkish bath. That is exactly where they originate. But of course, Roman baths have also been there. So there has already been a bath culture that was established in ancient Rome. So all throughout the Roman Empire, you could behold and see bath culture being established. And like I said, there is a social component and a political component. So they have had a very central role in life during the different times, the different um, eras and centuries that they have been around. And like I said, there are many places around the world know either saunas or steam baths or baths in general to be a service. I'm sure if you travel to Japan, for instance, you're going to learn of bathhouses there too. There's a huge cultural, um, yeah, history to that. Same in China and Greater China and in other places in Korea or now Korea and um, like I said, Russia, all over Russia and countries that are independent now have also a rich history with saunas and bathhouses. So yeah, yes, Auntie Galatia, I'm so glad that your husband is working for a Japanese company and knows exactly that. So yeah, it is very integral. And um, there are a number of traditions that are clearly linked to that particular part of the culture, and it is very important and very integral. So yeah, it's important, everyone. And in Rome, in ancient Rome, was also not unheard of that the Senate met in the bathhouse, or part of the Senate did, and they talked shop in there. It's quite an of course you are maybe in a more social, less tense environment, and you might have a chance to um say a few things that you might not say in the audience of all the Senate. Mm, yeah, it is ritual onsen, and of course there is also rituals that you see appearing in many different bath cultures around the world. You have, I'm sure, heard of sweat lodges too, because in the Americas, sweat lodges were very common. They are thought of as a medicine, as a treatment for ailments. And medicines were also, when I'm saying medicines, I mean natural remedies that indigenous peoples used, not just to intoxicate, but also to treat ailments. If you had issues with your respiratory systems, then a sweat lodge might be, what was prescribed. And it's not, primitive or anything. It is trusting in something that nature provides. And as I was saying earlier, heat or hot and cold exposure are really good for our constitutions as human beings. So there is a lot to it that can really, really serve multitudes of purposes and can have such a fabulous effect. And for me, I've not known a whole lot about the science behind it. For me, it just felt really good. Like going to the sauna, it's for me like runner's high. Like I run as well, so for me, the runner's high, I'm not exhausted when I've been running. I feel invigorated and energized after, which is for some people they find that very odd, but it's the same effect happens. You are exerting and the body releases endorphins, so that's how that happens, and that's inadvertently helping you to be a happier person. Not sure if that makes sense, but specific endorphins help your brain relax, unwind, and calm, and make you happy. Really, just make you happy. It's like eating chocolate has the same effect, which is quite interesting that that can happen. And of course, cold and hot exposure also has a hormonal effect. Just I learned that recently. I had absolutely no idea. I just felt really good after. So I can highly recommend. But of course, not everybody can handle that, and the sauna is also not good for everybody. So those who have trouble breathing already, it might not be the bestest choice because it's drier heat. So a steam bath like a hammam would be a much better choice because there's a lot more humidity that helps uh, helps you breathe a lot more easily. And I love that Loup tends to community here too. For people who come visit, they can take a seat here, way more cushioned, elegantly illuminated once more, and cozy and comfortable. Mayhaps talk a little bit, share a drink or two, refresh, rehydrate in this gloriousness and fabulous, wonderful abode that is so elegantly illuminated. I really love those banisters here. And this marriage of necrom furnishings and Fargrave, just so divine. And then sprinkling a grand helping of Redguard, just really, really creates the perfect, glorious abode. And just every detail, every little piece is so much huge detail here. Oh, look, farty flowers, everybody. Wonderful color palette here too. And of course, the contrast between the red and green vines and the wonderful, glorious vines from Southern Elsewhere. And farty flowers, everyone, look at them. They're not doing their usual thing, but they're farty flowers nonetheless. I'm really sorry, Loup, you don't want to hear that in a hammam setting, probably. These kinds of odors are maybe not wanted. Mm. Oh, it's so fabulous. And being in robotics, for your husband, Andy Galatier, that must be quite an interesting space to be in, to learn, to maneuver through. I just really love this. I love the greenery around. I love that the their spotlights here that really, really transform these little nooks so well and highlight and create such an astonishing, beautiful area that, of course, as well tends to, this serenity and relaxation that you're here, of course. Again, fabulous, glorious lighting. My little moth, hello, you. If I'm going to hold out my finger, you can go ahead and boop your own snoot. And I hope you're not going to set myself on fire. Because not to worry you at all, but your wings, they seem a little bit ablaze. Oh, boop, little one. You're so cute. You're such a darling. Magnificent. Beautiful grasses that were added there. Really, really gorgeous, gorgeous eye catchers. Fabulous, fabulous design. I can't get over Redguard being married here so subtly, embracing these wonderful flower beds, creating flower beds in the first place, that is. And what difference it it makes to have a little fluttering moth there. It just sprinkles in a few little oranges that make the farty flowers look just a smidgen different. Oh, and again, wonderful seeds here. This time, really seeds. You can hop on and sit. Oh, I think, have I just jumped on? Wait, wait, wait. No, okay. I was like, have I managed to jump up onto one of the backs of the chair? Absolutely does, yes. And I mean, that is speaking again to a color palette that we've been seeing throughout the entire abode, throughout the entire design, that just reflects how how much detail, how much attention to detail we can behold here by Loup. Yes, um, a lot of thought, a lot of thought in every single build. If you've seen a couple of Loup's builds, you will notice this about every single one. I also love how meticulous the windows are placed and the lighting is set just right to highlight and illuminate in such an elaborate, glorious way. And look at these wonderful halls here, high ceiled, high ceilings, allowing for a lot of airflow, allowing for a lot of room to breathe, to relax and unwind here, sitting. The base house? Well, old Mistveil Manor, but it's not here. It's been entirely eviscerated, has disappeared from view. I am serious, yes. Tis the old. Okay, I'm gonna um show you. Says old Mistveil Manor. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see it because my overlay kind of hides it. It is an old Mistveil Manor. it's quite something. Yeah, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with the house, with the original abode. If you're not a crime at all, um, just visit a um, the vanilla house, and then come here, because you are going to be just knocked off your socks and out your shoes, and you might have to take a deep breath in to calm your mind, and maybe slowly you can grasp and embrace just how fully Loup has transformed the place into this beautiful hammam. Yes, the everything matches so well, right? Everything is so on point. Everything is just such a delight. And like I said, marrying very specific furnishings, creating a very particular feel to the house, and here too, lighting just so superb, and utilizing lattices here, to not just create vines leading up, but they are really climbing up, adorning the wall. Beautiful fairy sprinkles with those wonderful vines from southern elsewhere. It's just really, really stunning. And again, necrom lamps here, we've seen them already, and that's just such a superb, elegant idea to light. And it's a soft amber, it's such a wonderful amber glow that then also spills into the floor and around the wonderful Fargrave furnishings. And you can see it adds so much plasticity, texture, depth, and teases out the texture that the furnishings have. And I keep telling you guys this over and over and over again. I will not tire of saying it, but I'm sorry if I repeat myself. But, it is so important to light your designs well, to light your builds well. And it takes a little bit of trying out what works, what furnishings need what kind of light in your build, and also playing around with different lights. Here we see amber, warm, soft, gentle lights that are clearly setting the mood of this magnificent, fabulous hammam that tends to everyone's needs. That just this is so fabulous. Did you notice there was a bit of lightning here, Loup? Outside is apparently spritzing a little bit. What amazing sacrifices here too, creating such wonderful pool areas that really, really highlight and enamor all of us with this fabulous design. Panning up a little bit so you guys can see the ceiling too. It's just so fabulous. I also really, really love the slight, soft, watery glow along the pillars here, and really, really highlighting again the feel of the hammam, subdued, calm, relaxing. Yes, very cohesive indeed. I agree, Andy Galatea. And Loop has done a stunning, magnificent job here. Also choosing what to underline the pool with and how to create the pool homogeneously and design around it, what to add where, what furnishings marry well with what. Like I said, you see Necrom being married to Fargrave here, but you also see Redguard and you see other furnishings that clearly have a huge impact on telling us where we are and what our necessities are met here. What we can find here, what amenities will help us relax and unwind and tend to this need that is very human. It's a very human need to relax, unwind, calm, get rid of toxins, all that. That is fairly normal. But how do you tend to it? And Loop decided to tend to it in this way, and creating it in a space like the old Mistveil Manor is not the easiest thing to do. The house is a little bit unwieldy here and there, mayhaps. And so mayhaps there were a couple of things that were a little bit fiddly for Loop. And again, Loop likes to design or likes to decide the ceiling first and everything from there. Everything flows from the ceiling. Everything comes together from the top down and has such a stunning, very dramatic, beautiful place as a result. It is so difficult to choose what to show you guys. Oh, Loop. Oh, Loop. You've done such a magnificent job here. You've done so extraordinary here, so superb, with so much divine gorgeousness. Again, I'm having trouble to decide what to show, but you guys are gonna come here eventually anyways, and I would highly recommend you do, to find this beauty, to come to this hammam and relax and unwind and take a deep breath in and let go of all your woes. And if this week in particular has been trying for you, then certainly you should come here, unwind, relax, calm, find a little kitty, boop their snoot, play with them a little bit. It feels very real. This is very true, Andy Galatea. And you know, I think that of course it is practice, and every designer has started somewhere and maybe has experienced exactly what you're saying, that maybe something was sticking out in a weird or wonky way, and it is not letting go. It is not giving up on that. And I think that toads also made that point when we were talking through Amunet's tomb, that even when you're, not doing well, as Toads was um, at the time of the design of the Amunet's tomb, um, you can persevere because you, if you challenge yourself to build something that shall feel as real as possible, that makes people forget where they are, that invites people to come to and relax in your abode, mayhaps, or may experience, something very familiar to you. Not giving up on your dream to create just that. It requires a certain amount of boldness and a certain amount of um, courage, I would say, because you have to stick with it. And Toads always sticks with it. Um, she never gives up and is only satisfied with a design if she realizes that, yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. And even then, returning to builds and still honing it, still adding more details, still finding ways to create, for instance, in Amunet's tomb, hieroglyphs and murals in such a realistic way that anyone who's been to Luxor, to the pyramids of Giza, will feel like they are there in the build. And here too, you feel like you have come to a hammam because Loup made it so and has never given up on this idea and stuck with it. And yes, of course, it can be time consuming, or it can take a little moment for you to realize, oh wait, just because the furnishing is called something doesn't mean it has to be used like that. I can turn and twist it. I can turn and inch it. I can um, you know find just the right angle that the furnishing looks exactly like I wanted or how I need it to look to be convincing. And that particular quality in designers, I really, really appreciate. And also going back to maybe sometimes they see something that they feel, okay, this might need a little nudge, or this could be replaced by this and that. I don't mind when designers do that. On the contrary, it shows that there's growth. There's a lot of growth with all of you designers, because everybody started out somewhere, and then with every design you create, you learn something, and every time you learn something, you apply that to the next build, mayhaps, and to the next, and to the next, and so forth. So that's what artistry is: a continued learning experience that is an expression of your thought, of your perception, of your vision, and at the same time, you hone your skill and find your way, your own expression, your own way to design. And when that happens, when all of that happens, it's magical. It's a wonder to behold. It is something very special to see. And I really, really appreciate just how marvelous designers go at their designs, at their builds, and how deep they're willing to dive, and how much sacrifices they bring, and I'm saying sacrifice, but it's really more meant as a willingness to um, see and utilize certain things just for what you need them to, and then it's really not a sacrifice, but a need that you're utilizing, or that you're making, that you're attending to, that is. And letting the house, shine in this way, in this very transformed gorgeousness. I think there are not many old Mistveil manors that have been transformed into luxurious, beautiful hammams that tell you a story, and also show you a little bit of the, well, adoration mayhaps that Loup might have for precisely Hammam culture and the design, the architecture around it. It's so magnificent. Everyone is such such an amazing designer. But yes, you are absolutely right, Andy Glatier. Loup is an amazing designer. I would highly recommend every single one of their builds. And I call myself lucky because Loop has so generously opened their doors so that I can come and visit and find all the beauty and gorgeousness around. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Order of the Rose. Oh my. What a lovely, wonderful name you have. Welcome, welcome. Yes, it's you know, we are so lucky. All of all of us are so lucky to be in this community, in this space where we get to see such extraordinary talent and so much fabulous, raw, creative energy that finds so much outpouring in so many different ways. And I'm just so thrilled to see the perspective that every single one of you brings, the vision and the stories. We have seen stories tonight too. Or, actually, you guys are the ones curating, because I really am just looking at my nifty little list and slowly meandering my way through, snailing, as any little snail would do, and beholding all the things and seeing all the beauty. I can just sit here and stare and glance in amazement into this world that Loop has invited us into, opened the doors and said, "Come ye, all of you who might have had a stressful time. Now, now it is time for you to unwind, relax, let all your woes go, let all of it drop off you. Slow your breath and your mind. I think this is the perfect home for me. to send you all off to sleep. I was just looking, but lovely, wonderful Spantifical has gone offline now, which is really sad because I wanted to raid her, but she's not here anymore. So this means, everyone, this shall be it for tonight, and I shall return with another slow walk soon. I think it will have to be another EU. I do have an A entrance, so I will say that both North America and EU entrants are most welcome. And good evening there to you, Crimson. I hope you've had a wonderful time lurking in the shadows. I have added a couple of commands. So lurk is one. Now I will also add when that is unlurk. Yes, I am on PC. This is very true. Order of the Rose. So I do cover PC, EU, and an A. I can't do console, but sometimes when console players enter, for instance, into the themed showcases of the House Folio, I at the very least show the screenshots so that they are highlighted, and I tend to send people to console as well. And sometimes there are also videos that the creators generously add, and then I can send people there. Yes, and Housefolio does cover all platforms. We do actually have a couple of creators who cover all. So there are a few, but not a whole lot. I think that cover Xbox and PlayStation. So there's that. Take that with a little caveat, because I think there's only Tahal who is covering Xbox and PlayStation. I think there was one more who also could cover PlayStation, but sadly I'm not one of those. But yes, the showcases of each designer is also a good place to look. And I should give you one more time the information to House Folio, so you guys can have a look-see there. If you're not there already, come and join us. I'm sure Lulu and Hayden will welcome you into the fold. And if you want to create your own themed your own showcase there, all you gotta do is request and then add away all your abodes. And now, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight on another episode of Ree's Slow Walks. It's been my distinct pleasure. Also, thank you all for holding out and waiting so long for me to return to these. Again, don't worry, I shall cover all in due course. It will just take me a moment or two. And of course, yes, you can always add your houses to my nifty little list utilizing the form that is available in Ree's Bulletin, my little shouty box where we can communicate. And I will be back soon, TM, with more streams, whether that be slow walks, themed showcases, or, wait for it, contests. Because yes, there is a contest ongoing. Deadline is December 8th. Pirates, thieves, or treasures. If you have anything thievy, piratey, or if you have a horde that a mighty dragon guards, then ensure to enter into that as well. I shall give you once more the little link So you guys can find all the information there. Say hi. Don't forget to say hi in the chat as well. And now, everybody, thank you so much. I think next time in the next episode of Slow Walks, I will get to Arahova's build that I kind of promised for tonight, but I'm really sorry. False advertisement here on my part. Sorry, Arahova. Next time. Oh, and have a wonderful and lovely night, you too, Nordenheim. All of you have fabulous, glorious dreams. Sleep tight, those of you for whom it is time to go to sleep. And for those of you whose day just started, have a fabulous day and a glorious, wonderful rest of the week. Oh, you're such a sweetheart, squealing there a little bit, Crimson. Did you know Nordenheim just finished a build? In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. That's all I'm saying. Go visit. It's listed. I want to remind you to also bring all your friends to Loup's wonderful, fabulous abode. Don't forget to favorite and recommend. And of course, make sure to only send kind messages, messages of appreciation to all the lovely designers. Always, always. Yes, Loup's builds are amazing, Nordenheim. This is very true. I think you should come visit. And when you do, bring all your friends. You, Crimson, you cried yourself to sleep. Darling, do you need a hug? It kind of sounds like you do. You know that, Nordenheim, there are so many builds by Loup that are so fascinating to me. And the way in which Loup designs is so interesting. Starting from the top. You have a very lovely, lovely, wonderful wife there. You still can get a hug from time to time. It's all right. You guys are such darlings. All right, everyone. But now for true. All of you have a fabulous, fabulous week. Thank you so much again for hanging out with me for so long. It's been, I think we've gone for 6 hours now. Oh my. You're such heroes to hang out with me for so long. And apparently I've been back in true snaily fashion, 3 houses in 6 hours. Um, apparently I can't do fast. I shall never. 'Tis not in me. Good night, everyone.